Roar, growl, snarl, bellow. Welcome to Paleobites, the podcast that, like the sediments of the Appalachian subcontinent, has completely collapsed.
Oh dear.
My name is Matthew Dahl, and each week I and a rotating series of guest co-hosts talk about and rate a genus of prehistoric animal, be it dinosaur, mammal, arthropod, and so on. This week, I'm joined by someone who is standing strong amidst the collapsing.
Certainly trying.
It's Stephen Curro. How are you?
I'm more or less okay.
Yeah,
given
that's
the
kind of how I feel
circumstances.
about it. Yeah, like the world kind of sucks right now, but that's why we do dinosaur podcasts. Disassociation's the name of the game. Persistence is resistance.
I prefer to think of it as looking at the past, we can learn about the future.
That is true. Learn from our ancestors.
Plus,
i.e. the
dinosaurs are just fun. So, you know.
I mean, dinosaurs are fun, but no, it's really interesting the things that we learn about creatures and what we know about them. So I don't know if this episode has come out yet because I haven't recorded it yet, but it might have already come out yet because I'm planning to record it. I talk about this in this episode, but the shadow man, the shadow figure that we all fear in the basement?
Jack Horner?
No, I'm just talking about universally.
Oh.
When you're... No, not Jack Horner. I mean, we'll get to Jack Horner. But like when you're a kid, you're in the basement and you turn off the lights, you have to run upstairs really, really fast.
Oh, yeah.
Because the shadow figure will get you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, there's a reason for that. It's called the leopards or the Dinofelis or the other prehistoric cats that we as early hominids ran into and imprinted it onto us. It may not being safer for us to assume there's danger and there not to be. Then, especially in darkness, then therefore to not be danger, and then we wouldn't know until it's too late.
So we instinctively assume that there is a giant cat hiding.
Yeah, some sort of thing that's going to get you if you don't go roll upstairs from the darkness.
That makes sense.
When I was a kid, I worried about that so much, and then I come TikTok, I see it's a universal experience, and then I looked into it. It's like, yeah, it's because we were worried about things. We got pattern recognition of like in the darkness. Things could get you, so better to be safe than sorry and assume there's something out there even if there isn't. So
even if it's your own basement.
Yeah, well, we're really good at pattern recognition even with patterns that aren't there.
Right,
we make patterns.
We try to make sense of the world.
Yeah, so it's like it's fascinating like how human nature works, and I think that's really cool, like, but also it can be sad and kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like humbling, I guess, about like or like why we have such tribalization and discrimination, and like because that kind of stuff protected us back then, but now it's not good.
I don't think racism was ever a good thing.
Maybe not race, but tribalism, I should say, protected us, like having to compete with the other tribe when we were hunter gatherers.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. No, racism was never but like the racism came from our tribalism.
Oh, it evolved from that. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. So,
Right.
And like the idea of us like thinking that is something other.
It started as a band of people just really coming together, and then morphed into those people are lesser. So,
which it can be that thing can be channeled in other methods, like the idea of rivals in schools. It's like these are the rival school. It's like it gets you all fired up, and I'm like, why? Well, they're just a school in a slightly different area. Like it's like, why do you guys hate? I heard stories like in Australia or whatever of like a bus. They were going past a rival school and all the students mooned them from the bus, or just a bunch of butts just sticking out of the bus.
Well, I'm glad
that's a lot of butts.
I'm glad that America isn't the only country that has ridiculous moments.
It's just like, guys, it's just a school that's just over there.
Or like, I don't even know if they're still rivals anymore, but the Broncos and the Raiders, like, you mentioned Raiders in Denver, and it's like a curse word. I'm like, they're football teams, for God's sake.
It's like
it's a game.
Yeah, who cares?
Come on.
I know it gets you into the spirit, I guess. Anyways, though, I'm going to take a wager and say that this dinosaur didn't engage in tribalism at all and treated everyone as friends, and that's Shantungosaurus. It was a big boy, but it was like a big friendly boy.
The friendly giant.
Yeah. It was like Andre. You just shook your head. That doesn't make you happy? He was like, we kill each other sportsmanlike. What are some of the things he says? Anybody want a peanut?
Yeah, he finds a way to make a rhyme with something.
Yeah, Shantungosaurus, more like Loris, the monkey. That was me trying to rhyme.
Oh,
Is that a loris or is that a Shantungosaurus?
There you go. Shantungosaurus, he's here for us.
Yes. Oh, that's much better. Okay. Do you know lorises are venomous, by the way?
Oh, I had no idea.
Well, it's a little venomous primate. Yeah, I learned that recently.
That is so bizarre. Venomous primate.
Yeah, don't let them bite you. Anyways, lizard of the Shandong Peninsula is what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Type is a saurolophine hadrosaurid, a group of duck-billed dinosaurs that includes the ones with less extravagant headgear like Edmontosaurus and Maiasaura. Even though it's saurolophine, I don't know if Parasaurolophus is in that because there's the Lambeosaurine. But hold on, I'm going to look into that. Because if saurolophine implies that Saurolophus and Mike's Parasaurolophus.
Well, it depends if he had a really big crest or not, because there was a group of hadrosaurs that really had crests, and then there were just the really big ones that didn't.
Okay, so no, Parasaurolophus is a Lambeosaurine.
Oh, okay.
So maybe saurolophine is different in that it has. I don't know. I guess Saurolophus and Parasaurolophus aren't really that similar. I don't know why they're called similar things.
Yeah, I've noticed that what does Saurolophus mean versus Parasaurolophus? It
means crested lizard. I think just
doesn't have a big crest though.
No, it really doesn't. It has a little one. Parasaurolophus and then Saurolophus. Yeah, it's weird.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, look at all these hadrosaurs. There's too many of them. Rhinorex.
Rhinorex. Yeah, there are the hadrosaurs are really an unsung group of paleontology because
Canardia.
everyone I feel focuses on like the sauropods or the theropods, but with these guys, it's like, oh, it's just a big cow. But
it's sometimes a really big cow though, like Shantungosaurus.
How big is this guy?
It's 49 to 56 feet.
That's bigger than a Rex.
15 to 17 meters long, 13 to 18 tons.
Oof.
This is a big boy. It's the biggest non-sauropod dinosaur known, weighing 2 to 3 times more than the estimates of T-Rex. So don't mess with it.
No.
But it is a herbivore, though, thank God.
Yes.
Lived in the Late Cretaceous 85 to 75 million years ago. Location was China. Described 1973. Pop culture appearances, the Dinotopia chapter books. Dinosaur King. Dino King during a Fire Mountain. Completely different piece of media. Dinosaur King, pay attention. I made that joke last episode. The book Meg, a novel of deep terror.
Oh, that's what shows up. I read that book a long time ago.
I was going to say, do you remember the Shantungosaurus?
I remember there was a hadrosaur of some kind, but
Well, it was probably Shantungosaurus. And the video game The Isle. I also used it in an earlier version of my Megazoic books back in the day, but I changed it.
Do you know which Dinotopia book it appears in?
Yeah, they mentioned it in Lost City.
Okay.
They mentioned it like, we have a Shantungosaurus. It's 50 feet long, so we'll be safe.
I'm going to have to reread that one.
I think it's Lost City. I think when they're getting the caravan to go there. That's where I first heard of it. So
nice.
Scott sits in like Destika and random dinosaurs like that. Like I remember one time he goes into detail. I think it was at the beginning of Skydance. He goes into big detail about a Shantungosaurus, and he has like one line and then leaves. I'm like, thanks to you, Scott. I know what Shantungosaurus is.
Those books in general introduced me to a bunch of dinosaurs, like Leptoceratops and Baryonyx, and
Oh yeah. I'd heard Baryonyx before, but Leptoceratops was new to me. And all. Yeah. Also, the book The Maze. The book The Maze introduced me to Megaraptor for the first time, but that was back when I thought it was really a Megaraptor.
That's right, Megaraptor. Yeah.
So that's when I thought it was actually a Megaraptor, though.
You can forgive them for the mix-up.
Yeah. Anyways, so the first specimen was described in 1973 from a massive partial skeleton found in the Wangxi group rock formations. The 4 fossils include a huge number of individuals. Some bowbeds had at least 5 different skeletons all jumbled together.
Okay.
Implying that Shantungosaurus lived and by extension died in herds because skeletons, you kind of need to be dead to leave those around if there's a
that
together.
Helps, yeah.
We're not like snakes. So snakes don't shed their skeletons; they just shed their skin.
So this wasn't like a flood event or anything.
Might have been. I don't know. It makes sense with how they where they found, because that's where fossils would easily be found with floods. So how in America you got T-Rex and Monosaurus in terms of the apex predator and the meat fodder?
Yes.
Well, in China you got something similar, but Zhuchengtyrannus and Shantungosaurus fulfilling those roles.
I see.
So you know Zhuchengtyrannus?
That one is new to me.
Okay, so
there's a lot of cool Chinese dinosaurs that unfortunately I'm not familiar with.
Zhuchengtyrannus is the other T-Rex.
The other.
Because like Tarbosaurus is the other T-Rex.
Okay.
And Zhuchengtyrannus is the other T-Rex. Because even though there's a lot of different tyrannosaurs like Albertosaurus and Daspletosaurus, there's Gorgosaurus. Yeah, there's 3 that are really like the Rexes of the T-Rex. Like they're the ones that look like, if you look at a Zhuchengtyrannus skeleton, you just like, that's just a T-Rex. Like,
you'd have to really know the differences.
Yeah, it's like 40 feet long. Yeah, it's basically, it's the other T-Rex. That's what I call it. Tarbosaurus is the other T-Rex.
Fair enough.
There's the 3 of them are in the main group of like Tyrannosaurids. They're like that big super subgroup of Tyrannosaurids. It's those 3.
And these other tyrant lizards were crazy enough to take on the world's biggest not sauropod.
Yeah, basically. So, I mean, again, other than being big, it didn't really have much more defensive. And I wonder if it's because, I wonder why this one got so much bigger, but the T-Rex, while it was about the same size as T-Rex, it was smaller still. So it's like, maybe it's because there was more competition. No, there was less competition in China for herbivory, because like there weren't really any ceratopsians in China at the time. I mean, I think there was Sinoceratops, but then that was like it as far as we know. But like North America had a bunch, like, and it had a bunch of other things. It also had Alamosaurus, so
right.
So they had more competitions, therefore maybe Edmontosaurus couldn't get as big. I don't know.
I wonder if just maybe they focused on hunting the smaller ones.
Oh, I'm sure they did. I don't think they'd go for a big bull.
I mean,
or like,
maybe if they were in herds, this is just wild speculation, but maybe they were like bison, where there were just so many of them that they're all going, many of them are going to survive anyway.
Right. There's just by sheer numbers, sheer force of numbers, like ants.
Or maybe it's just the water. Who knows?
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, the water just got them, turned them big and made them gay or something. That's an Alex Jones reference.
Oh,
that was a joke about like the water's turning the frogs gay or something. Is one of the things he peddled in like
I see. That went over my head.
Yeah, you looked at me like, what the hell?
I was like,
talking
huh?
It's like, let me explain. That's a political reference.
Gotcha. Okay, you were making fun of a crazy guy. Got it.
I was.
Okay,
indeed, very much so. Anyways, may he rot in hell. I know he's not dead, but anyway, what he did with the Sandy Hook kids. But let's move on. So,
this is the Sandy Hook guy.
Yeah.
No, we don't like him.
Yeah, no. We got down he goes. But in terms of another bad guy, but not. I don't look. I'll wager he's not as bad as Alex Jones. Jack Horner at one point suggested, because of course he would, that Shantungosaurus was actually just a big Edmontosaurus.
Oh, come on.
He's at it again.
Why does he want to keep consolidating everything?
He took away Stygimoloch and Dracorex and tried to take away freaking Triceratops.
No.
And now he wants to take away Shantungosaurus too. Okay, look, to be fair, actually, I don't know for sure if it was Horner specific. I know that it has been suggested that they're the same, but most people don't believe that. And Horner is involved in a lot of the papers. So I'm just assuming it's him. It's pattern recognition that we were talking about.
Right, exactly. This is the monster in the dark. I was right. It is the monster in the dark.
Yeah. It's like when you're running away in the basement, you're running away from Jack Horner.
Good Lord.
But like, it's weird how big this thing is. Like, Edmontosaurus is big, but Shantungosaurus is like big.
What was it eating?
Plants.
I mean, yes.
A lot of plants.
I guess anything it could get his mouth on?
Just like, blah, 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 blah. I often wondered, maybe not long necks, maybe not hadrosaurs, but certain of them had to be omnivores, right? Like Triceratops, maybe, or like
possibly.
I mean, I know there's no evidence for it, so I trust that the paleontologists who know more about this know more than I do. But
I mean, I suppose in theory,
just like if there's a corpse there's nothing else to eat. Why would you just not say no?
If they discover a clutch of eggs, for example, that's one thing. But like if they're eating lizards or something, I don't think these animals were known for moving very quickly.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. They wouldn't be like hunters, but like it could be like
scavenge, maybe
like a pig, like
that one makes more sense.
Yeah,
if they're rooting around and they happen to find something.
Yeah. Like that's what I'm thinking. But like the comparison I make here in terms of Edmontosaurus and Shantungosaurus, like one's big and one's big. So like imagine Edmontosaurus as Jabba the Hutt. Imagine Shantungosaurus as Zero the Hutt's mama from that one episode of the Clone Wars.
Oh, good Lord.
Did you remember that one?
That one I did not. Oh no, I did see that one.
She's
Yeah.
really big. She makes Jabba look like a little shrimp, like a little slug.
That's
like
very
a little
disturbing.
Like so Edmontosaurus is like Kuwasabi donkey klaka no wata. Then Shantungosaurus is like Yoda Juba Jiwana put donkey yonka kaboom.
So that's how they got so big. They were running a dinosaur syndicate.
Yeah, and they had a little laughing idiot dinosaur like just there with them. That's my favorite impression I can do of Star Wars. I can do a lot of good Star Wars impressions like Jabba Hutt's like oh. That's my laugh.
That one's easy. Right.
It's like a more perverted Santa Claus that laugh.
But do a Kowakian monkey laser though. That
Huttese is a dumb language. I remember looked up once. Is Huttese a conlang? It's not. You know what a conlang is? A constructed language.
Oh, it's not constructed?
No, it's just a bunch of random words.
Oh.
I mean, like there's a few words that mean certain things, but it's not like you can't like do a translation of anything to like Huttese, like that.
I've heard that you can.
I mean, not like fully.
Huh.
I don't know. Well, maybe you can. It's not like like Elvish
or Klingon. I just know that the language, it has a very distinct sound. The bust of the boya.
Wait, which one's that?
I don't know. It's just something that, like in the 7th movie, Finn bumped into some guy at the mark, and he was like, what the
Star Wars languages are dumb. It's like,
but they're fun. I can quote a little bit of what Watto said. He was like, Chubatanaya, which apparently means, what do you want?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, they speak a lot of Huttese on Tatooine, including the non-Hutts. Like almost all the things, like Sebulba's yelling slurs and Huttese.
Exactly. It's just become a ubiquitous language.
Yeah, it's because they control the planet. So it's like, therefore, they control the language. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know that Sebulba was inspired by the design of it was inspired by the Night Stalkers from After Man.
I had no idea.
Because it's the same walking on the legs, walking on the arms.
I never liked that. That was really unsettling.
Using the legs as hands.
I don't like the Dugs. The Dugs are...
Yeah, the Dugs. That is right. That is the name, the Dugs.
I mean, Sebulba is kind of a cool name. But
Sebulba is a cool name. It sounds cooler than Jabba the Hutt. If you think about that name, sounds so stupid. Jabba. People get on to Jar Jar Binks for sounding dumb, but like...
Jar Jar Binks.
Anyway, Shantungosaurus. I rate it 59 million. It's a giant ass Edmontosaurus, and that's pretty cool to me.
I don't want to
like bigger stuff.
I don't want to one up you, but I'm going to one up you. I'm gonna give it a 61 million.
Oh, for God's sake! All right, you do you. I guess it's 61 million
because it's huge.
It's huge. It's so big,
and no one knows about it. And it's from China.
It is from China. That's awesome. So it was not friends with my boy Simon after because that was a completely different time period. But like,
right.
In my older version of Megazoic, the Shantungosaurus character I had, he was Arnold Schwarzenegger ripoff. He was like, "We little girly dino."
Well, come on, if you're gonna have a giant buff Arnold Schwarzenegger dino, that's
back.
The species you would use.
He was like really ripped forearms.
That's excellent.
Oh man, he was enormous.
We'll find the Gore-Texes.
Exactly. It's like, I like you. That's why I'm going to kill you last. What is it? What are his famous lines he says?
All right.
All right. Well, that's it for this week. If you want to get a hold of the show, you can contact me at palebytespodcast@gmail.com, at palebytespodcast on Blue Sky and on Instagram, or you can Mastodon Creator on Facebook and Mastodon64 everywhere else except for Twitter. No Twitter. Twitter. Anyways, where can they find you?
You can find me at stephencurro.com. That's stephencurro.com. Yeah. I have published a novelette and some short stories, some poetry, some of it dinosaur related, and I have a dinosaur novel that is prepped and just needs an agent or a publisher. So
good luck with. I mean, I say that, and I say that. I don't say that because of any fault of your own. The publishing industry sucks.
Oh yes, it totally does.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
And I hate that. Like I like Amazon sucks. I wish there was any other way I could get my book to have a wider reach than Amazon.
What about Ingram?
I've tried it. Ingram works all right, but it doesn't. Yeah, like I've used both, so I get it in multiple places. But like Yeah, but anyways, I have a book series on Amazon, Megazoic, available for print and Kindle. While there is no Shantungosaurus in this version, like I said, in the older version, there is one. And originally, Bellar was a Shantungosaurus, but I'm like, that's too big. Edmontosaurus.
A little too big, yeah.
Yeah, like...
Compared to Corton, yeah.
Yeah, compared to Corton is compared to even Quinn, too. So, like, yeah, like... Yep, so it's just too big. Be cool though. But all right, that's it for this week. Yeah, go on, shoo, get out of here.
Yay!
Yay!
Farewell!
Yay! Thanks for listening. If you want to further support the show, you should subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/MatthewDonald, where you can get ad-free episodes and you can get the raw, unedited episodes. So go and check it out at patreon.com/MatthewDonald. Thank you so much for listening, and have a good day. Chomp.